It's quite a bitchy industry. You'd be just
mortified.
You would, wouldn't you? And I got absolutely bollocked. And I will never, ever forget it. Like,
Oh my God.
Why does this keep happening?
Welcome to Bishness As Usual, the podcast that goes beyond the titles and into the people behind the careers. I'm your host, Claudia Bish, and each week I'll be diving into real conversations that go beyond the job titles. Expect honest stories, a few business gems along the way, and a reminder that behind every highlight reel, there's a whole lot more story. Now, let's get down to business.
I'm Ashley Stobart, and this is Bishness As Usual. I am so happy to be here today with you, Claudia. It's honestly something totally different. I've not done like business podcast before. When you messaged me saying, Ashley, would you consider coming on? I was like, absolutely yes, because I've followed you for ages anyway, and I know all about your business. And you put that post on the other day about how you started. Was it in like your mum's house?
Yeah.
In a little office.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at all of that, and you've come so far. And it is kind of a similar industry that we work in, because that is how I started out originally, was from being a influencer. And then there's a couple of different aspects to what I do. So I always say I've got 3 businesses. So I've got the podcast with Lauren, Nip Tuck Pod, again another tongue twister. Have you listened to that before?
I have.
Yes. Then I've got Ashley Influencing. Then I've got the Cosmetic Consult.
But they all tie in
They
very
all
well together.
tie in, and they all came about very organically. So we've had the podcast now for 4 years.
God, has it been that long?
4 years.
I feel like it only launched.
I know, it's crazy.
Although I thought, no, okay, that does make sense.
Yeah, and then I've had Cosmetic Consult. I only started that in October, so we're coming up to our 1-year birthday. So I'm still learning, because I'd never done anything on my own before. And even from starting out like a limited company as an influencer and all those things, it was really scary. And I've only just started learning about business over the last 4 years. Before that, I was just getting a paycheck every month.
But you had your own clinic, no?
So I did the skin as well, but not for very long. So I went to Salford University and I did television and radio production. But I went away from that and I ended up working in cosmetic surgery when I finished my degree in sales. I worked as a patient coordinator. So I worked for Maya Cosmetic Surgery and then Harley Medical Group, and literally every morning I would get into my office and my diary would be booked up back-to-back appointments for 20 minutes. So, and then I'd get a half an hour break in the middle of the day. So I'd sit there in my office and Laura would come in to talk about a nose job, and then Kelly had come in to talk about breast enlargement, and so on and so forth. And what I would have to do is have a chat with the patient, match them with a surgeon, get them booked in for the consultation, or say to them, maybe you're not quite ready yet. Because some people would come in and they hadn't thought about the logistics. So you'd say, okay, so a breast augmentation, do you have any kids? Yes. Right, well, you need help at home for about 2 or 3 weeks. Oh, my husband works away. Okay. A breast augmentation costs £8,000. What? It's that much? And I'm like, well, how much did you think it would be though? And they're like, 500 quid. But if you don't know...
People genuinely think it's £500?
Yeah, like some people would just book in for the consultation, or they'd say, okay, well, I've seen you do, I don't know, 0% finance. And then I'd say, great, let's do the finance application. And they go, but I've not got a job. Or it was just hand holding. And then there were other people who were shopping about. So you'd have to do a bit more convincing with them, spend a bit longer. And then you'd have a day where you'd ring all of the patients. It was like working in, say, like car sales even, but with just boob jobs. Yeah. And that's what I did for a long time. About 10 years I was in that industry. Then I had a baby and it was COVID. It was not flexible working in the hospital that I was working in with being a single mum. So a surgeon that I worked with previously got in touch with me, and he said, if you can come and help me for a couple of days, that would be amazing. It worked for me, it worked for him. And then I was training alongside that in skin. I've always been a beauty junkie, like since I was 4 or 5, I was literally like obsessed with my lip smacker. From there, my mum's fake tan, my mum's Clarins stuff, lotions, potions. I was just obsessed. As well, I absolutely loved working with women, and the patients that I had would become friends, and it was almost like a therapy session every time I'd see them, and watching them evolve and then come back maybe for another procedure and tell me I got rid of my boyfriend after that, I've got so much more confidence now. And honestly, I just absolutely loved that girl environment and all the chat, and it was some of the best years that I had there, and I've made some friends for life. That's where Lauren, my co-host on Nip Tuck, that's where I met her as well. So I was training in aesthetics and skin.
So that was at the same time as
at the
doing
same
the 3 days?
Yeah, at the same time as working for the surgeon from home, and then on Harley Street in Manchester. So many different plates, but I knew that I wanted to do skin. I trained in aesthetics, and oh my goodness, it was not for me. I have so much respect for my friends that do that. Like, could you imagine the pressure of doing someone's lips? I was like, oh my gosh. And it's so instant as well, and it's quite a bitchy industry, some parts of it too. So I just thought, no, we're not going to steer that way.
So how long did you do that for?
I didn't end up doing the aesthetics. I went straight
So you did all the training?
I did paid all the money, did all the training for months. I wanted to learn about everything because I wanted to be able as well to use devices. So you have to train in certain things.
So it's not wasted.
It wasn't wasted, no, exactly. And at least I can say I tried it, it wasn't for me. Then from there, peels were my favourite thing. You see immediate results from that. Other things like lasers, Morpheus 8. I liked doing the hands-on stuff, but the injectables were just a bit intense. It's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of money that people are spending as well. Sometimes, like, for example, the Morpheus 8, Kim Kardashian was promoting that for a bit. If you've only got a budget, say, of £1,000, but you're wanting a tummy tuck result, you're not going to get that result off Morpheus 8. And I was very honest with my patients as well, I'd say.
I do feel like you need to be.
You have to be. I honestly...
Like, I respect it so much more when you go in there and they're like, I'm not doing that on you.
Exactly. It's even like laser hair removal, for example. One of my friends worked at a clinic for years and years, and she had like the best laser there, and she said on certain types of hair, like mine, blonde hair, it just doesn't work, so I'm not going to take the money off you. And she had sales targets hit, so they were pressurizing her, and she said this lady had spent something like 2 years and $3,500 on the laser, and she was like, here's the before picture, here's the after, there is no difference. You'd be just
mortified.
You would, wouldn't you? So,
but I suppose if you are working under someone that's pressurizing you,
exactly,
your moral compass would want to be like, no, this isn't going to work.
Yeah,
but you want to save your job.
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. I then had my own tiny clinic room, and I worked for myself. That was my first experience of working for myself, and I absolutely loved it. I used to always say, like, I'm going to close my diary now, because that was the whole point, that I wanted a bit more time with my daughter and my husband. And then that just never happened. At one point, I had a 18-month wait list, and I just couldn't keep up. Like, people were booking their appointments 6 to 12 months in advance.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
And how quickly did you build that reputation up?
Kind of straight away, because I had already been working in that industry. Yeah. I had a good following on social media. When I say good, I was a micro influencer, but I had a very engaged following, because how I started was in COVID, doing treatments on myself in my bedroom and filming it. So I'd say, like, right, I'm going to show you how to do a steam and an extraction or a micro needling treatment, all in the comfort of your bedroom. And you can order these bits off Amazon. Here's how we're going to do it. And from there, I just gained this following.
So you had this 18-month wait list?
Yeah.
But you didn't want staff?
No.
Because you could have
Honestly,
honed in on
I
that
have
opportunity.
managed people before and it is not my forte at all.
Agree.
It's too stressful. How many staff do you have?
Like 21.
What? HR and me, I had a team at one of the hospitals I worked at. I had a team of about 30 women who I managed behind the reception, and it was managing people is one of the hardest things.
My dad always said, because
do.
my dad run his business since he was 17.
Yeah.
And he was like, running a business is actually easy. He said, as soon as you get staff, it'll all change for you. And I was like, oh, shut up.
I know. It's just hard, isn't it? Because you can't expect you from everyone else. I think I live by that as well. And it's just frustrating when you don't have people around you that have got the same ethics as you. But do you know what? Sometimes I think I wish I was a bit more like that, because life might be a bit easier instead of,
when you're a control freak.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Like, our team is genuinely amazing, but it's like, what if they do something wrong? Yeah. Like, that's still on your name. Like, I think it's little things like that.
And people have to learn as well.
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere, and that's how I learned, was from my mistakes. And
so you spent 13 years, have I got that right? 13 years doing that? Have I made that up?
A long time. And that's when I'd had this idea for the product.
Yeah, I want to know all about this. Tell me about.
Yes.
So how did this...
In COVID...
Because you're thriving at this point with the salon, right?
No, so in COVID was when I started developing the product. So I had a patient, I can't say too much, but I had a patient who had a big beauty company, and she helped me. She said, Ashley, I'm obsessed with your videos. You need to do your own product. And I was like, oh, as if I could ever do that. And she said, no, really, you need to start now. And because it was COVID, I still could speak to the factory and go back and forth. And I had the idea, and I went from there, started developing it. I sat down one night in my kitchen and I was like, what would I want? What would I want? What's not currently out there as well? And, everyone would say, start your own range. I didn't have that confidence, and I wanted one product that was multi-use, that people could use easily at home and wasn't too harsh, but delivered incredible results. And that's where the idea of the Miracle Skin Transformation came in, because I think that sometimes, especially in skincare, everyone's talking now about skin barrier and how they've messed with the skin too much. They're throwing like 15 Korean million-step beauty morning shed, all of these different things. And your skin just goes like, wow, no, absolutely not. And, I know I was a busy working mum. I just want to use one thing and get results from it and stay consistent. With skin, you have to stay consistent.
I suppose at this point you would have trialed so many products as well.
So many different things. So then I just put it on the back burner. I got married in the meantime. I had another baby. The podcast was doing really well. Got caught up in all of that. And then...
So where was it left? So you'd spoken to the factory.
Signed off.
Was there an element of fear?
Massive element of fear. And if I show you like the first prototypes of the box, you'll literally be like, oh my gosh, no. It was all done. And then one of my friends approached me about starting another business, and we were going to do organic tampons, because I am so into health, wellness, and I was one of the first people to like openly speak about not using bleach tampons and female health and all of this, and that's what she did as well. I wanted to do like a charity element of it and a piece on educating young girls about taking certain types of contraception too early and using your standard tampon, because it's so important that you really educate your daughters about stuff like this. And I went in for a meeting with someone about kicking it off, and he was like, but why have you not done skin yet? I said, oh, actually I have. I've got the product signed off. I don't know what to do. And he was like, right.
So did you have the product but no like packaging or like name for it? It was just like you knew this was a good product.
Exactly.
That was it.
Yeah, it was going to be called Facial in a Box. That was the first
That's quite
thing.
cute.
It was all right. And then he came on with me, my business partner Tom, and he was like, let's split it and I will deal with the business side of things more. I still get really involved in it, but he'd started businesses all the time. He knew the industry as well, and he put me in touch with some amazing people.
He got in at a great point if the product was already good to go.
But there was it had to like get unpicked from the start, and then it went from there, and we're coming up to our first birthday. Just released our second product in the range, which is the body treatment as well. But I think that you have to have a network of people behind you before you can consider doing something like this, because otherwise you would have to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds on marketing.
Do you mind me asking how much the whole process did cost from kind of start to getting it to market? How much had to be, I guess, invested in that?
I can't remember the exact figures, but it wasn't that much that you would think. And we both put the same amount on the line. And it's worked really well as well. My husband does the distribution for us. So we were lucky that we had like a good little network of people that all can come together and help each other out. And Sarah, who's here today, she does my PR, and one of my friends actually who owns Tatty Lashes put me in touch with Sarah, and she said you need to speak to her, she's incredible. Then obviously I've got other friends who are influencers as well, and I'll help them, they help me, or we all just want to see each other succeed. So it's really all come hand in hand. Starting a brand now is so hard, and you'll know as well with your business working with influencers and representing them. I honestly think now that podcast marketing and YouTube blogging is going to be so much bigger than Instagram. I think that Instagram's going a bit...
Yeah, people love video content, don't they?
Love video content. I am super transparent. I work with other brands and I'll get a brief off them. And I'm like, how am I going to tell you in a minute why I love this product? And I waffle on. Some of my videos for ads are meant to be like a minute long and they're like
but you do it in such an organic way.
Yeah, but I like to explain things, you know. There are certain influencers that will have a different aesthetic or market to me that could literally just do a UGC style video of them looking absolutely sensational using a lip gloss and they can sell thousands, whereas I'd be like, this lip gloss is shit hot because it's sticky, it's this, it's that, the other. And I just think that you have to learn your style, you have to learn your audience, and you have to stay authentic to yourself, because you'll know this as well from your talent. I'll get approached by a brand and they'll offer me a good amount, and I'll say to them, I need to try the product for a couple of weeks at least
100%.
Before I even touch this.
That's so important.
You
You can't truly sell a product at all if you haven't
Fair enough, clothes.
Yeah.
Clothes, fair enough, because, you know, go on, I don't know, River Island or Assos and you've got 500 quid, you pick your bits that you like.
Even makeup, I suppose you can do that.
Yeah, well, I would want to try it first. But you can put it on.
As in like one look and you're done. Like you don't need 2 weeks is what.
Exactly. Send it next day and you can say yes or no by the time it's in your hands. Fragrance as well. You know, you'd spray it. Yes, I like it. No, I don't. With skincare, it's so hard, and supplements too.
Yeah.
That market is huge now. And I know because I've got my Patreon platform, which is an online platform where I'm literally on it all day. I call it OnlyFans without the tits. And I give like recommendations on different surgeons, recommendations on different, and we've got this amazing like chatty community on there that people pay to go on. So I'll spend time replying to everyone on there. And I know if I recommend something and it's not up to a certain standard, the girls on there will say, Ashley, I've just spent 120 quid on this serum and it's... And
do you find sometimes it doesn't work with certain skin types?
I think that's where it's at
with skincare.
I agree with that, definitely. But there are certain things out there at the minute that are literally so hard sell, and it really me off as well when certain companies try and go in on women's insecurities. Especially there's an eye cream and it's all over someone's ad page and it's like taking you from having an under eye bag like that to nothing. That kind of thing. Or that, I'm not going to say the brand could get in trouble, but it's like vanish your stretch marks after 2 weeks. Constantly the girls, does this work? Does this work? Does this work? I'm like, no, it doesn't work.
I think it's that if it is too good to be true though. Like I know it sounds so
100%.
cliche, but
so I have to be really selective. And then when I have made that mistake before, I've said yes to things that I probably wasn't 100% on, and then I dread filming the content because I'm like, I'm putting it off, I'm procrastinating, and then I've got to revise all this stuff because I've not actually used it all that much and I don't know all that much about it. Whereas the brands that I've worked with for years and years and I know it works, I could literally record a video in 10 seconds in my pajamas and go, yeah, I've used this for ages, it's unreal, it does this, this and this, and you can tell that I'm not stood there like reading off a script. And you'll know that with your clients that you work with. It's you have to stay authentic or it doesn't work.
100%. I mean, we try and encourage. I mean, to be fair, we don't actually need to. Years ago, I think it was more like that. But now, actually, the talent are genuinely really good at saying, if I don't like it, I'm not doing it.
Exactly. And as well, that's how I work with Cosmetic Consult with influencers. I will message them first, do you want gifting? And then we'll go from there. And if they love it and ask for more, I'll be like, can we talk about working
so many organic
together?
Stories that aren't ads at all for this. And I think that speaks volumes.
Exactly. And, you know, I am transparent. I do gift people and I have worked with people on a paid basis and most brands do that. But, you know, an influencer DM'd me a few days ago and she said, hi, my friend XYZ has just done an ad for you. Are you taking anyone on? So I replied back and I was like, yeah, we're always taking people on. Have you tried the product yet? No, not tried it. So I was like, okay, well, do you want me to get some sent out so you can try it and see if you like it? And she's like, just let me know if you're doing anything paid. And I was like, what?
Oh my God. No.
But that's yeah, that happens.
Back to Cosmetic Consult.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time, I suppose, when you first started where you thought this isn't going to work? Like, or there's so many other brands. Well, there is, I suppose, with this type of product, there's actually not competition per se.
There is a lot. There is a lot of other stuff out there, and yes, some days I do just think I'd rather, you know, not have to turn up to 3 meetings this morning and all those things. But I think that's just a totally normal thing. Sometimes I get really bad mum guilt. Actually, I get mum guilt every day. Like, I've not seen my daughter for a week. She's been at her dad's and she's just got home tonight, so I'll miss seeing her. But you know, you have to work hard to give them the things that will make their life easier.
Do they like understand what's going on? Like, if they go into like the Look Fantastic store and they're like, oh my God, that's mummy's.
Yeah. And I said to her the other day, like, what does mummy do? And she was like, mummy's got Cosmetic Consult and she's on the radio. Oh, I know. So I'm like, please don't listen to the podcast.
So what did the first production run look like?
I cannot even remember. I think off the top of my head, it was 5,000 units.
And how quickly did that?
It sold out quite quickly.
But then did you not find that there was like a period, because I hear that all the time, where someone will like under order for their first launch, it will sell out and then the wait time for like the next round of stock is just crazy.
I had to fly it in on air, so then my margins went down, but I had to keep it in stock, especially for the subscribers. It's all about consistency. So it's gentle, effective exfoliation for your skin. If your skin has got a husky layer on the top, then your products are not going to be absorbed correctly. You're spending so much money on, like, I love the SkinCeutical serums. Yeah. Have you got them?
Yeah, I've tried them before.
Sensational.
But my skincare, you would die if
Why?
You knew. I'm absolutely terrible.
Why?
You would be gobsmacked. I was saying
but your
earlier.
Skin's beautiful.
No, running a beauty agency, my makeup bag, the stuff has been in there years. My skincare is makeup wipe and water, like just water. Honestly, I know I need to.
Have you tried Cosmetic Consult?
Because I've been in Spain since the launch and stuff. I've not managed to do. I want to sit here and be like, it's amazing, and everyone I speak to is like, it is incredible.
You can use it tonight in your hotel.
I will be.
Self-care.
No, I only got the box you sent to the office literally today.
Oh.
I wanted to try it last night before coming in.
Yeah.
But I know I'll swear by it. Because it sounds really easy as well, and that's what I like is convenience.
Yes. So for someone like you that just wants ease, then this is perfect. My husband actually loves it. So many men love it because it's quick results and it's just one step. Makes you feel so clean, and I love that clean feeling.
I love a wipe. It's just easy.
A wipe is
but
easy.
Not micellar water that's got petroleum and all
Which
sorts of
wipes do you use?
Any. I just go to Tesco's.
Have you seen the new, well, I don't think they're new. They've been out for a while, but I just love the ones that are individually packaged.
Oh, the mini Neutrogena.
Yeah, I have them in my handbag and just use them.
But they can't
No,
be great.
I'll do a double cleanse after using a makeup wipe. Like makeup wipes, they have a purpose and it's not for washing your face with.
No, I know all of the bad.
I know all
of the bad stuff. I know all of the good stuff.
Being in your car or
at a festival.
Yeah, a car or a festival or on a plane. Or I do love a wipe, to be fair. I have a pack of wipes actually that I'm trying at the minute in the car, and as soon as I get in the car,
is that an exclusive?
Well, from a record, then I will use a wipe, and then when I get home I'll do a cleanse as well. Or I always have a wipe out when I'm doing my makeup, so to clean my brushes, to get like any bits and bobs off, and then just keep going back to the wipe, keeping everything clean. But yeah, a wipe, I don't know how your skin looks that good.
No, I feel like I'm starting to age like milk now.
How old are you?
30.
Well, you look gorgeous.
But I look 40.
No, you don't.
30,
You absolutely
37.
don't. Do you have aesthetic treatments as well?
I have skin boosters.
Which ones?
I don't know. I'm just going.
Never
what's
had
good
Botox?
for my skin. No, I have Botox.
Yeah.
But that needs to
Botox
top
is
up.
the key.
Do you think? Everywhere?
I don't have it everywhere. I have it here. I've just had it in my top lip though, and it's made it a bit. I'm actually getting tomorrow Emax veneers.
I've got them.
Yeah, I was just looking at your teeth.
Yeah, I don't like mine though.
Why?
I want mine redone, but I can't go through that pain again.
Guys.
But
was it that bad? Yeah.
When are you getting yours done tomorrow?
So tomorrow I'm having them buffed down and then the temps put in. What was that like?
Horrendous.
Really?
But I think everyone's experience is different, because I went with Luca to get them.
Oh,
and
right.
he was absolutely fine. Whereas I was like bedbound for 6 weeks.
What, with the teeth?
Yeah.
With pain?
Agony.
Did you have to take painkillers?
Every bit of codeine that I could.
Yeah, well, I have stocked up on a bit of codeine because Lauren's.
But do you have
hers
sensitive
done.
teeth?
Not really.
I'll be fine. My teeth were really sensitive before I got
She
them
said
done.
it was like when you went outside in the cold and the air
Yeah.
hit you and stuff. But did you have any problems with the temps?
No, they stayed on. But
How
it was only
weeks
2
was that?
days. No.
Oh,
I
did
got
you go
mine
to
done in Turkey.
They bash them out there, don't they?
They say it's the whole process is too quick, I think.
Are yours Emax?
Yeah.
So that's minimal prep, isn't it, as well?
It's minimal prep, but they still do shave down.
Yeah.
But not the little
I've
sharp
got to wait
stubs.
3 weeks with temps on because they're like hand making them.
That's fine.
And the first week you have to go back and say like what you like about them and what you don't.
That's good.
Anyway, guys, a bit of tooth talk there.
I suppose it would be good to know for people that are starting their own brands,
Yeah.
the issues that you have during that supply, like the supply chain issues,
Yes.
like when you're actually going through that manufacturing process.
Yeah.
I think no one really talks about going to the factory and that whole in between process. It's very like,
Yeah.
here's the product, it looks
Yeah.
amazing,
Yeah.
does amazing things, but
Definitely.
what issues were actually faced during that whole thing?
I agree, and I'm really transparent about everything where I can be, and that's why I've just launched my YouTube channel, because my team kept saying to me, Ashley,
Yeah, why didn't you do that sooner?
I just didn't think. And I wish that I had done now, but we're here now and I've started it. I show behind the scenes of things. And I would say, like this week we've had a bit of a nightmare with some of the boxes being damaged that were delivered, and I'm probably going to have to fly more in, and it's just all an extra cost. And then you have certain...
So who does that fall on? Is that you or the factory's fault?
It depends what kind of
Or the
relationship you've got as well with the factory. So because they know that we're one of their main customers, they hopefully will be able to sort us out a little bit with that. And then there's the whole argument of, did it happen in the factory or did it happen in transit? There's just so many things that you cannot preempt, and you have to just think of solutions and crack on with it. Like, yeah, you can have a cry for 5 minutes, but you've got to crack on because there's no one coming to save you. And
What has been the worst hurdle where you've thought this actually could fuck everything?
Biggest issue would be having the investment behind you and having the confidence to put more money in and making sure that we've got enough product. The amount of orders that I've had to put in, and I've only been going for a year, we think we've ordered enough or over ordered, and then the next thing we're chasing our tail and the warehouse have just messaged us saying, you know, you've only got like 200 units left, and I'm just I'm like, why does this keep happening? But I mean, I watched Molly May's Being Molly May.
Yeah, Becoming
Molly May.
The Amazon.
Yes, and when she had that problem with that jacket,
I haven't watched
I felt for her. And this kind of thing happens all the time. She signed off a jacket kind of similar to this. And when it came, people were like, it was pilling in the same area, it was bobbling, and people were just, it was her first, like she had like, I think 4 items or something, and it was her first experience of, you know, fashion and going into all of this, and it was all on her. And I just felt so sorry for her because the factory had changed the fabric that she signed off at the last minute. And now
you hear that a lot.
Now her stuff is some of the best quality that I have ever worn. I got one of her hoodies the other day and the quality is amazing. So maybe it is a good thing for something like that to happen in the beginning, because then you learn, like we have learned as well. It's all about consistency, backup plans, and just making sure you've got the right team around you as well, because we've all heard stories so many times of, you know, especially if I've got to be at like events, you know, next week I'm in London for 2 days and I'll have to just text everyone and say, guys, you know, can you hold the fort for me? And the fact that I've got some really, really good people around me does make my life a lot easier.
Do you feel like there's less or more pressure having a business partner?
Less, yeah, and he's really good, so... But we do...
Do you think, like, I'm the face of this brand, though? Like, if it all goes tits up, then you're fine?
Yeah, that's massive. And because I'm a very conscientious person, as I've spoken about before, especially even from like the influencing side, coming down to who we would promote on the podcast, like I always want to make sure that it's coming from an authentic place, and that's because I've put trust into it. And the same with the brand, and that's why I will put my face to it, because I truly believe that it's an amazing product.
Well, you said, which we haven't, to be fair, touched on, but we did before the pod, is it took you 4 years to actually develop it to where you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Like, I think people think sometimes it's like an overnight process,
and
like one sample done, but actually it's not realistic. The
concept, the target audience, the branding, all of those things totally evolved. You know, when I was lucky, I was able to sit on it and take myself out of it and then come back in, and being able to work as well with other beauty brands from the influencing aspect. I knew what I definitely wanted and what I definitely didn't.
Do you feel like skincare brands have shied away from working with you now since having your own product?
Maybe actually even more so want to work with me. I'm getting asked now to do a lot of hosting of events and speak about skin, because they're more aware that, you know, I'm trained in skin. It's all worked out really well, because now people want community, especially bigger brands want to do community events. They want someone that can get up and speak, that will then go and talk about it on their YouTube podcast. It covers like everything. And as well, because Lauren and I do live shows, like I said, I do like mentoring talks, and then I've been asked to speak on a panel of skincare experts before. I'm learning as I go, and it is amazing. But I think that, you know, I'm really, really lucky to do what I do, and I've got some amazing followers as well. So
do you feel like if you didn't have that platform, this would be as successful?
No,
as it is?
Absolutely not. It wouldn't. And that's why as well, sometimes now now. There's certain other, like, I don't know, if you were a doctor or someone and you thought, right, you know, I've got all the knowledge on everything and I'm going in to launch it and I'm going to invest thousands and thousands of pounds and I'm going to pay X, Y, and Z to be the face of it. You can't succeed if you've not got your people on the ground, your community. And that's why we do community events. And we're so lucky that people want to turn up and all of us chat and share stories and stuff like that. It's honestly becoming the new norm to do more community stuff. Back when you started, even I would say it all changed in COVID.
Yeah.
The whole like Instagram live, get to know me a bit more.
Well, video content was really
like
amplified.
People want to see your personality. And before it was, you know, we saw one grid frame.
Well, when I started the agency, we're talking 11 years ago now. Well, like 10 and a half years ago. It was like white borders, Valencia filters, like that. And brands were like £50 for a post. And you'd be like, yes, £50 for a photo, 100%. Let's like agree to this.
Yeah.
And now like the landscape's just changed
so
drastically.
Much. What do you think's going to happen with it all?
It will just continue to evolve.
Do you think it'll just be more, like I said, like YouTube and
I
longer
think it also
videos?
Depends on the creator.
Yeah.
Like some talent thrive with like picture content and it resonates.
Yeah.
But then another creator could try that and it just wouldn't work. Like they have to.
That's what I was saying before. So if you've got that certain, like, I don't know, clean girl aesthetic that's here's a picture of me looking beautiful, getting ready in my bathroom, and you've got that target audience that absolutely love that, then there's me who a video of me being absolute chaos in the morning with my stained dressing gown on, telling you how much I love something because I'm so passionate about it, that will perform better for me than being in glam for 5 hours.
I think it's about learning and just adapting to what you know your audience genuinely likes as well. Like this wouldn't have thrived if you were just like a dishonest creator and didn't have that. I think genuine, like you love it, no?
Yeah, I do. I love it.
If you studied it and all of that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to hate what you do.
No.
Okay, let's talk about milestones. Really quickly, we're wrapping up, but
I hit a big milestone the other day. Yeah. And to do that in my first year is like, I've got goosebumps even now. Like, I can't believe it.
Did you anticipate, obviously you've just told us off camera, did you anticipate hitting that number when you first, or hitting that number that quickly?
I did want to do it in my first year.
Okay.
And I saw that it was on the cards in the first 3 months. And then every month I'd set myself like a new goal, and we hit it. And that's given me the confidence now to go out there and really push. So 2026, I'm coming for you.
What are you doing to celebrate the milestone?
Well, we're going for a drink after.
We are. Things I wish I knew.
Yeah.
Roll it back.
Okay. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'm trying to play on the surname as best
it.
as I can. What do you wish you knew? I suppose whether that was before launching the pod, launching the brand, just something. Say, for example, you're 16, roll it back.
Don't over pluck your eyebrows or use sunbeds. Every girl should know that.
Okay, great. None of your bishness. Listener Q&A. Daisy said, I'm so scared of investing in stock. What if I order too much and I can't sell it?
We'll deal with that problem when we come to it. But Daisy, darling, you've got the wrong mentality. You are going to sell out and you're going to need more. PMA. Visualize it.
The last thing to wrap up, what does success look like for you in the next 12 months?
Being stress-free, almost. A little bit of stress is good, isn't it? And just really happy and doing the most I can to make sure that by the time I'm in my 50s, I can really spend some amazing time with my kids and do whatever I want and buy all the handbags that I want.
You can do that now with your milestone.
I know, but there's certain things I want first. So
thank you so much.
Thank
for coming
you.
in.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening to Bishness As Usual. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to follow, subscribe, and leave a rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts from. New episodes will be dropping every Monday. So until then, stay inspired and we'll get back down to Bishness next week.